Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the episode wherein we are going to talk about something really interesting, important, and give you the real reason what happened with Arsenal and Aubameyang. Why was he sacked? Another detailed explanation. But first, congratulations to Sergio Kun Aguero for his beautiful career coming to an end. Sadly, it came to an end like this. Uh, first of all, I'd really like to applaud for his wonderful career and for, of course, forever etched in our hearts and in our minds. I will never forget that. Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So drink it in. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Sergio Kun Aguero, kudos for a fantastic career and a much better career post football. Kudos, kudos to the legend. So moving on, let's talk about Arteta on picking a new captain. He's just opened up recently. He says there are so many different ways to do it. Sometimes the merger can decide the captain or decide the second or the third captain, and then the group decides who is going to represent them in the dressing room. I've seen and have participated in both of them. And at the end, the important thing is not the journey or the destination, it's the company. That's the most important thing. So, by the way, if you don't know what that means, Arsenal have a leadership group. Okay, so he's actually talking about that. So, Arteta on West Ham says, for me, they are one of the best teams in the league. The understanding that they have, the clarity in what they want to do and how much they are able to hurt teams with the way they play has been impressive, and they have been really, really consistent. They really did, didn't they? Well, moving on. So, Athletic report Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is due to return to Arsenal London Colney today. Aubameyang will be encouraged to fight for his place with an eye on Saturday's trip to Leeds United. Alex Lacazette is expected to be the captain tonight against West Ham. So that should be the case. So Arteta says, I'm hoping that the team is going to get out there with the fire in their eyes and knowing the importance of the game. West Ham are within catching distance and we play at home in front of our people and we expect a great performance and a great result. And Martin Keown says, with Arteta having been so clinical in removing the captaincy from Aubameyang, you assume he has a clear picture of the individual he feels is fit to fulfill this new role. It's hugely important that he gets this call right. True. By the way, Telegraph report that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is believed to be shocked at the severity of his punishment. Very well. Well, Arteta also gave his reasons why this whole stripping up of captaincy happened. He says, it is because we believe that he has failed to be committed at the level that we all expect and agreed. It's as simple as that. What I expect from any person in this football club that is representing this badge is passion, and that he gives absolutely 100%, that he puts the club in front of any personal interest and is able to do anything to fulfill the badge we have on the chest. Martin Keown also says that we have to put trust in the manager and hope this doesn't affect the group too much. I would like to know the full facts. That's why I trust the manager. William Gallas on Aubameyang says, not being the captain, he says it's normal for the manager to discipline him. The manager must explain that he can't do what he did because he's the captain of the club. It's very important for the captain to lead by example in the dressing room. Gallas on how Aubameyang can actually recover from losing this captaincy. He says, you have to say, okay, the club and the coach took that decision and I have to find everything to refocus myself. Gael Clichy on Arteta says, I think he has everything to be a very good manager. For me, he needs time. Arsenal need to be patient with him. He has very precise ideas, very close to Pep's. And according to Miguel Delaney, Barcelona could offer a solution to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's problems as they're looking for a striker. Now, intermediaries have actually floated the idea of a swap deal between Aubameyang and Ousmane Dembele because their wage bracket is almost same, with Aubameyang earning a little more than Dembele. I think 30k or 250k pounds more. That's where the problem will come, but let's see. Nigel Winterburn on who should be the next captain. He says, obviously discipline is key to that decision. So I would suggest it's wide open and there isn't one nailed on one person that might get it. I think there are 4 or 5 choices and not everyone will agree, but that'll always happen. I don't think that this stage at the moment that it's anybody's for certain. I'd also suggest that whoever you give the captaincy to, you have to make sure that it doesn't affect their performances. True. Moving on, let's talk about Tomiyasu has spoken about why Ben White doesn't pass to him a lot. He says it is because Ben White is a good player. Often passes from the centre back to the fullbacks become pressure passes. I play centre back too, and simple passes to the fullbacks are actually the last option I consider. If the fullback is not under opposition pressure, I will play the pass. But if the winger is right in front of you, you'll end up caught by the press. So Ben White is a good player who doesn't play passes that put you under pressure. Well, well, that's a really good tactical answer to the question. I really love to have a tactical masterclass sitting beside Tomiyasu. Wow, that's crazy. Moving on, Sportsmail have understood that there were also frustration from within the camp that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missed the opening day loss to Brentford with COVID just days after throwing a birthday party for his son, where multiple guests were invited. Sorry, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had gained permission from Mikel Arteta to return to France in order to visit his sick mother and bring her back to England for Christmas on Wednesday. Aubameyang was told that he could go on the proviso that he would resort for a COVID test on Wednesday night and report from training as usual on Thursday morning. However, Aubameyang did not report back to the club's London colony until Thursday morning. It is claimed that Aubameyang hadn't realized guidelines had changed recently, and his decision to report for duty on Thursday morning rather than Wednesday night wasn't an attempt at defiance but rather than just confusion about the rules. That's what he says. Well, I don't think so anyone would want to know more about the whole saga. I don't. I'm done with the whole saga. Moving on, let me introduce to you Arsenal's home kit of next season. Yes, this is the color. So it looks like there will be no additional colors. It will be just the basic red and white of Arsenal's colors. In the last 3 years, you might have seen red, blue, some shades, but that's not going to be the case this time around. So let me know what you guys think about it. So here's a bigger story coming up, update about Dusan Vlahovic. I don't know if Fabrizio Romano is getting paid for this, but he literally is hell-bent to report this, Dusan Vlahovic being going to a new club for sure, because he loves the player, I can tell you that, because whenever Vlahovic scores recently, 1 goal, 2 goals, whatever it is, his number of goals scored is really increasing, and the best part is Fabrizio is reporting every single time of that. And not only that, he also opened up about, not him, but Fiorentina CEO Barone on Vlahovic's future recently updated. He says, "We've offered Vlahovic the highest contract ever in the history of Fiorentina several times. Both Dusan and his agent made us realize they do not want to accept. Our bid is still on the table." He actually spoke to Republica about it. But more importantly, well, Tottenham wanted to sign Dusan Vlahovic because Harry Kane wanted to leave. That never happened. I said, fine. So Tottenham and Arsenal are definitely targeting Dusan Vlahovic, but there's another club that have joined the interest, and that's Bayern Munich. Yes, Bayern Munich want to replace Lewandowski at one point of time, and they are looking at Dusan Vlahovic's numbers, and they are really interested in the player. That, my friend, is a little bit of, yeah, I think it's a little bit of magic that might happen. But moving on, let's talk about a very strange thing happening at Arsenal. Well, it has happened before as well, but Colorado Rapids and Arsenal are both owned by Stan Kroenke. So one of their players, as I already mentioned, has actually come to Arsenal to train, probably not just train, but it looks like they're coming to give an audition about it. They're right now training with Arsenal's with Arsenal. So Colorado Rapids starlet, there's the guy on the picture is Dantuma Yaya Toure, 17-year-old winger from Guinea. I already mentioned it. Now there's another player, his name is this one, yeah, no, yeah, Darren Yappi. Now Darren Yappi is another player that is training with Arteta ahead of his potential move to Arsenal, as reported by MLS Soccer. Now, according to MLS Soccer, Arsenal have taken another Rapids starlet on trial. Yappi signed a homegrown contract with the Western Conference leaders earlier this year and has represented the United States at under 17 level. It remains to be seen whether Yappi or Toure, for that matter, can impress enough to earn themselves a move to Arsenal. Also, they're looking at this young man as well. His name is Jacqueline Marshall Rutti, an Ontario-born forward likened to Bayern Munich's Alphonso Davies due to his running speed, his searing pace. Marshall Rutti wears the number 7 shirt for Canadian Giants Toronto FC. He is reported to have joined Yapi and Toure in training behind the scenes with Arsenal's next generation. So, 3 youngsters for Arsenal they could buy off from the MLS market after seeing Alphonso Davies. So, we might have our own Alphonso Davies in terms of a striker. Crazy, isn't it? So let me know what you guys think about these youngsters. If you know if you have any idea about it. Also, let me know what you think about the whole new captain, new think saga, and what are your predictions for Arsenal versus West Ham. There is a watch along for that game, so do care to join in. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.